Okay, 2020 is finally over, and I'm just really excited because like the whole year was. It's hard to even describe 2020 in any other way than just saying like I did not expect any of what happened in 2020 to happen. I'm glad that it is now 2021 as of me making this video. Before we get into the video, this is a recap of everything that happened to me in the Cobra from the end of 2019 all the way until the end of 2020. Before we go into any of that, I just wanted to let you guys know that I now have a discount code for Lightning Force Performance. If you want to get any parts from them, you can get just about anything for your Cobra or your New Edge or your Mustang of any year. I think that they've got everything from like older New Edges, older SN95s, all the way up into the new Shelbys. Well, it's not actually a discount code. Here's how you get the discount. Call Lightning Force Performance, ask to speak to Mark, tell them that you came from Jordan, the YouTube guy, the video guy, the guy that makes videos with the police, just whatever you want to say. Call Mark, tell him that you came from me, and you will get yourself a nice discount. That's how we're gonna do it, because they're not like a massive crazy company where they need to have discount codes for influencers. So we're just gonna do it that way. I kind of like that better. It seems a little bit more down to earth. Without further ado, enjoy the video. So I found a guy a couple of days ago that has a Terminator Cobra with 49,000 miles, and he is selling his short block. It has a brand new billet oil pump. Am I saying that right? He's got a new oil pump, new timing chains. It's been kind of refreshed a little bit, but he's selling it because he's building a brand new motor. He's buying a built motor, if you will. He's buying a really, really built motor, and he's gonna try to make over 1,000 horsepower. I'm not quite there yet. I just wanna have a refreshed block and make maybe 600-700 in the next couple of years, maybe 1,000 eventually, depending on how the channel grows. I would love to do it, but you know, down the road. So anyways, he's selling the block for a little over $2,000, cams as well for $800 to $1,000. So I may be able to get a refreshed engine block with cams for around $3 grand, and then just do a couple things to get my heads to go on that block, and then we're good. Like that would save me a lot of money. Just so you guys know, with labor, doing a full engine refresh with cams, custom cams and everything for me was gonna cost me around $10,000. That's right, I would have spent around $10,000. That's not including new pistons or new rods. If you've never heard stage 3 comp cams on a Terminator Cobra, they sound pretty good. This is why they have this I like that shift boot that you got. I've never seen one of those before. The silver shift boot?
The same guy that did the seat covers and everything did it.
So that's like a wrap?
No, not a wrap. It's
okay.
Like, it's leather.
I like that.
Because they couldn't do leather.
That's extremely loud. Terminated. That's how I felt after that pull. Check this out. If you haven't seen this yet, this is my terminated coffee cup. I'm gonna give you guys a lot of context on what just went down. Did I just buy the engine block? Did I not just buy the engine block? Is it a short block? Is it a long block? Why did I do that instead of refreshing my engine, my motor on the Cobra? And what is the plan from here on out? I'm going to explain all of that right here and now, wearing a Michael Kors tuxedo, because why not? So, a couple of days ago, me and my dad went to Clover, South Carolina to meet a man named Michael to buy a short block out of his Terminator Cobra, which currently, by the way, has a 2.9 Whipple on it and E85, and is making over 800 horsepower. Just to context this one thing, because I know you guys are gonna be wondering why was it cutting off when he was trying to start it. When you try to start an E85 Whipple cammed Cobra in the cold and you haven't started it in about a week, it's really, really difficult to get started. You can go and just surf YouTube for E85 cars getting started, especially 4-valve cammed Terminator Cobras. They're not very easy to start with E85. I personally am not going to be running E85 when I get this short block. I drive my car much too much to run E85 right now. I drive my Cobra like 3 to 4 days a week, and if I was having to worry about getting E85 gas and getting 3 miles to the gallon, that would be really rough. And I'm not trying to make 800 horsepower out of that block. It's nice to know that that block will do that, but I'm not trying to do that just yet. So let's context really quickly how I met this guy and how everything went down. So earlier last week, I went to the grand opening of a detail shop named Jack's Wax Gastonia. I went to a place called Jack's Wax Gastonia. I went there for the grand opening just to hang out and make an appearance and, you know, just be there because it's really cool to have a brand new detail shop opening in Gastonia. We don't have one of those so far. At Jack Wax, I ran into a friend of mine named Anthony Briggs. My friend Anthony Briggs has a Redfire, I think Redfire is the color, Terminator Cobra. He recently rebuilt his Terminator Cobra because the head gasket blew. Now, we did find out that my head gasket is not blown, but my car obviously needs a refresh, has 134,000 miles. But he did recently get his rebuilt, and he spent around $9,000 to $10,000, which is where I would be sitting if I did the same sort of rebuild. And I don't want to spend that much money right now. I would be deep into credit card debt. I'm already deep into credit card debt with things like my drone and camera stuff for my filmmaking business. So that'd be really bad. It'd be a really bad idea. So Anthony said to me, hey Jordan, I know that you don't really want to spend 9 to 10 grand on your motor right now, but you do want to refresh your motor just for the YouTube content, for the YouTube people. I said, yeah, that is exactly right, my dude Anthony. And he was like, yeah, so check this out, bro. I got this friend named Michael, and he is selling a short block out of his 0304 Cobra. It has only 49,000 miles on it. It's been lightly refreshed. It's got stage 3 cams in it. It's got a new oil pump. It's got some new stuff into it. It's really, really good. He's selling it. He's probably gonna sell it for a pretty good deal. He said, you should message this guy. So I got Michael's name, and sure enough, a couple of days after running into Anthony and talking to him about Michael at this meet at Jack's Wax, I found an ad on Facebook for a Cobra short block for sale. How did I find the ad? Well, Anthony tagged me in the ad that Michael put up to sell his Cobra short block, and that's how we got where we're at now.
Oh, like where the head studs are at. Right here. See all these bolts right here?
Yeah, so those are
right down here, see them? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And there's another row on the bottom.
You guys can probably tell I did end up getting the long block and not just the short block, and the reason is he wasn't going to sell me the whole long block. He was going to sell the heads and the short block separately, but then he was thinking, maybe I should just go ahead and sell him the whole block. And it ended up making more sense for both of us to just sell me the entire block, because now I don't have to do new head gaskets. I don't have to remachine my heads, because I was going to remachine them. They don't have to be remachined, but with 134,000 miles on the block, I wanted to go ahead and remachine them. So this saves me a good bit of money and labor. I don't have to put on the heads. I don't have to put the cams in the heads. The cams are already in that block, so I don't have to install the cams. The point is, I found a way that I could save more money, and it just made sense, and I'm getting brand new heads basically that have already been refreshed. His have already had new parts put in them, and they already have the cams, the springs, and the retainers that I want. And so that leaves me with very little to do. All I have to do is get a couple of bolts and some timing chains, and I've already got the head cooling mod and a couple of sprockets that I already need. This started as something that might take 2 months to do. 2 months of downtime with the car. 2 months of me not being able to drive the car, make videos with you guys. It turned into what's going to take about 2 weeks, which is pretty awesome, and I'm gonna have the car for this week. So the car's only really going to be down for about a week. Day. This has been a long time. I first got started with this in January of 2020. I'm like real nervous right now too. I don't know what to like. It's like it's been down for so long, and then I'm gonna actually hear it start now. So nervousness. Nervous. So nervous. More downshift, guys. This is what Jordan does. Alright, I just want to show you guys what it sounds like from the outside. Today is the day we are going to get the car tuned. It's crazy, just like, what was it? Like 5-6 months ago we got the car tuned, and Shredder was like, oh no, there are some problems. And that's when I knew that I was gonna have to get a new motor or rebuild mine.
445.
445. What was it? 441. So we got four more.
A couple more horsepower there to smooth it out a little bit. Check the boost on that one. It's getting hot in here, so the boost dropped just a tad more. Peaked at 13.6, but at the top of the RPM graph, you've only got 10 pounds.
So, okay. So that basically means I'm peaking at 10 pounds, or?
Well, it peaks at 13.5, but that's through the meaty part of the curve at 4,000, and then by the time you get all the way up here to 6,000, the Eaton just can't keep up with the cams.
Yeah.
So you're falling off to 10 pounds at the top end of the graph, which just hurts your horsepower number. So everybody that focuses on this big 445 number is only focusing on this top section of the graph, but they don't realize that the boost has dropped off 5 pounds because you have cams now.
So basically I've got really big cams and a really small blower, and it's not working right because of that.
Yeah, it's just the blower can't keep up with it anymore.
Yeah.
The cams are, the cams are doing what they're supposed to do, which is making the engine perform better. It's more efficient.
Yeah.
But the blower's just too small. It can't shove enough boost pressure through it now. So it's falling off.
So at some point I'm gonna have to get a Whipple.
All you need is a bigger blower.
Oh,
More
yeah.
boost.
Okay. The other thing is that I've got long tube headers, no cats, and boil attacks, and so I basically have like no back pressure, and I'm forcing more air out, right? That's basically putting it?
Yeah, the more free-flowing you make this engine, the more blower you're going to need to keep up.
Mom always has to be kind of the measuring stick whenever I get something new to the car done. When I'm getting something new to the car done and then I take it out and get into it and get into the throttle, I'm just kind of like focusing. That's what I do. I don't really give much of a reaction other than I think I said something after the first pull. I think I said like Jesus or something. It was really slow with the boost bypass valve being messed up. Like that boost bypass valve can really just eat all of your boost away. If you're having a giant boost issue, it could be your boost bypass valve. It could be part of the whole system there, the solenoids. So there's a whole system that bypasses all that stuff. I haven't done that yet, but I'm probably going to. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. That helps me out a lot. When you watch the whole video, it helps push my videos more, and if more people do that, my channel will grow. All right guys, the time is here. Wait, did you guys even know that I had this? You might not have even knew unless you watched the last video until all the way to the end. So I got a Whipple, got a 2.3 Whipple. I'm about to put in the Cobra, take it to Blue. We've got a fuel system as well. I'll tell you guys about that on the way there. David asked if he could hold my baby. Well, it's not really a baby, it's the Whipple, but you know. It's a Whipple baby.
I'm a Whipple baby.
That's weird. It's weird.
Ready?
I hired David to hold the Whipple. This is what he does. He's like way too excited. So you yourself have become the Cobra.
Yeah.
Okay. happy. There it is. Your broken 600, 602.69. And we're not done yet. $626. Heck yeah. We just hit the 620s. This is awesome news. This is already a little bit above my expectations. I set the bar obviously a little bit lower just because 2020 has been a rough year and I wanted to be ready for anything today. So 620 and we're still going, man. $631?
$631.
That's good. I guessed before this and said like 615, but I was being really conservative.
Well, you're peaking at 21 pounds, but you got to remember at the very top because of the cams, it's down here at 17 pounds. So when you look at horsepower numbers that are in the 600s, you're making that at 17 pounds. The little baby Eaton couldn't keep up. So you peak boost 13.5 versus 21. Huge jump.
About 7 pounds of boost.
And on the top end, about the same. It still drops off on the top from, it was about 10 pounds, now it's 17.5 to 18.
And the drop off on top is just a cam thing, right?
It's a cam. You got big aggressive cams in there, so it's just a higher flowing engine. The blower's having to work to keep up. Now if you had like a Whipple 2.9 on there, or a bigger blower, it would stay more flat all the way across because the blower is capable of handling the airflow. And that's where you get the big power numbers from, is because peak power comes right up here in this little top section.
That's definitely torqueier. There's some more torque there for sure. Oh man, I could already tell just a little watt in third gear, and it's like, what? She is happy. She is real happy, my dudes. She is real happy. And I'm happy too. Oh man. That guy was like holding something, he was like very happy right now. I am a very happy boy. Yeah. So that's all the idle that I'm getting. It's idling it like that. We're thinking that it is the mass air meter, and I'm kind of hoping that it is, because if it's not, then I don't know what it is. I'll have to take it somewhere and troubleshoot again. We unplugged the mass airflow little plug. We unplugged it, and then all of a sudden it started up just fine. So what we ended up doing was, well, Schrader did it. He had the tool. I don't have any tools in the Cobra. He had some screwdrivers and stuff. We took off the BA3000 and we put back on my stock mass air meter and drove the car home with that, with like a little bass tune just to get the car home. We flashed a new little tune on my X4. Luckily we got the X4. If we wouldn't have had that X4, I probably would not have made it home. So I guess that's why I bought that. I didn't even know why I bought it. I thought that I might need it, and it came in handy. It got me home with a tune from Schrader, a bass tune to drive home. So I didn't know that you could just clean mass air sensors, so I went ahead and bought a new one for $230. And then I was told by Blue today that, hey, you might actually be able to just clean yours. This solves the problem that this could potentially be creating, and then the car starts right up, and then we're able to go and do some pulls. It's a really nice day out today. So if this works, I'm going to be really excited. If it doesn't, we'll have the new mass air meter like probably Wednesday of next week. So that little metal piece in there is what we need to spray off. That little thing may be dirty. We're so dreading having to take that off again than anything, so that was not fun. But 56, 57, it's going pretty quick. I think it will work. What do you think? Brush fingers. Yep. Guess it was broken. Here's the old sensor. new sensor is in. I will say after changing this twice, it got easier. I learned pretty quickly how to take off and put on an intake a lot faster. But it's weird. This has the sticker on it. Maybe they don't come with the sticker and people just maybe buy the sticker and put it on there because it looks cool, even though you're not going to see it, because like at least on my intake it's turned down. So moment of truth. I don't know if this is actually going to fix it. If it does, I'll be happy. If it doesn't, process of elimination. We'll move on to the next thing. Oh man. I'm nervous about it. I don't know. I mean, I've just been through so much so far. What do you guys think? Is it gonna work? I don't really feel anything. I feel like in the middle. No way! It's definitely not loose anymore. Jeez.
Hey.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna slip.
No.
I don't think there's gonna be any slipping with that. Is that the Whipple, what's going on? Like, why can't I catch a break? That was the snub idler pulley, and it was loose, had a little bit of play. I had the Stita single bearing 90mm snub idler pulley. I just decided to replace the whole set. I was thinking, we've done all these things to the car. Let's just go ahead and replace all the pulleys with some really, really nice pulleys, and maybe that will just tie everything up nicely and we'll be good. So I'm really excited about these pulleys. By the way, these are Lightning Force Performance pulleys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Lightning Force Performance. So we're getting the Cobra Dyno today, but I just want to catch you guys up in case you missed the last couple of vlogs. So, we got the car dynoed a few weeks ago, and it made good power, 631 at the wheels. As soon as we left the dyno, I had an issue, and it turned out to be my mass air meter. My BA3000 that I just bought went out, so I had to buy another BA3000, which fixed that problem. But then a day later, one of my pulleys started to go out, and it ended up being my snub idler pulley. So I just decided to go ahead and replace all the pulleys. So now I've got 4 new pulleys. I've got 2 100mm pulleys and 2 90mm pulleys. They are Lightning Force Performance pulleys. I really, really, really enjoy them. I know a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of Lightning Force. Everyone's heard of Metco. Lightning Force is another company that I think is really, really, really good. A little cheaper in some instances, and has really, really high quality parts. Pretty much the same quality as Metco. You save a little bit of money, so check them out if you want some pulleys. Fixed all that, 2 90s, 2 100s. Went and did one pull, and my serpentine belt come off. I'm like, what? I just replaced all the pulleys. What could be wrong now? My alternator pulley was just threaded itself off, so we had to get a new alternator pulley, also from Lightning Force Performance. And so now I've got a new alternator pulley, and I've got 4 new idler pulleys, and I've got a new mass air meter, and we're going to get the car re-dyno tuned today because we tuned the car with a mass air meter that was going out, so it threw my idle off. We're having a couple of little issues there because when you get your car tuned, one of the metrics the tuner is going to use to tune the car is the mass air meter, and if the mass air meter is off, it's going to throw off the tune a little bit, so we got to go adjust. I don't know if the car is going to make any more power. I don't even know if Trader is going to do any wide open throttle pulls, but we're going to go and film anyways. Just because like this is the last little thing we need to do to get my car finally dialed in, then hopefully we can go drive it, see that it's good, and we can start filming some reaction videos again, having fun with the Cobra. Heck yeah. before we get to that, please give me a like. That helps me like a lot. Like it would help me a whole lot if you would click that like button, because I don't get a ton of likes. I think if I got a little bit more, maybe my videos would be pushed a little harder by YouTube's algorithm. To be honest with you guys, this thing's already running pretty good, but you know me, I just have lots of things break quite often, so I don't want to take any chances and do any beating on the car before I get everything 100% dialed in. But you better believe, once this thing is dialed in, we are gonna have some fun. I'll tell you what, I really need some tires like that. We would not have any hooking issues if we had some Mickeys. But these tires, they try, they do okay, but they're not like those. Making any more power. We actually made a little less. We made 622 just because the blower was heat soaked in the last pull. Nope.
Well, it didn't spin as bad, but it still spun.
I'm glad I got that on. I turned the camera on that one. That'll be funny.
What's that smell?
Tires. I'm not gonna do first gear hits a lot, but probably need slicks. Something weird there. When we did that second pull, it was like a little second gear pull, and then I was going into third. I think it was second and third. Anyways, on that second pull, my boost dropped, and I was like, what is going on now? Like, what did I do this time? And it turns out this little vacuum line that's on the back of the blower popped out. Second gear pull with Alex, it seemed almost that like my clutch was slipping towards the end of second, but after rewatching over and over and over again, I don't think it was the clutch. I think that the tires were just like trying to hook, but not really. And I was thinking, oh, we're finally hooking in second gear, but I just don't think I'm going to hook in second gear unless we get a hotter day outside. So in this video, I thought I'd take my mom for a ride because my mom has not ridden in the car since it had like 500 wheel horsepower. Let me just stop you right there. I know some of you guys are probably gonna be like, you can't shift from second to third for crap. You've never been able to do that well. I know I've never really been particularly good at shifting from second to third. One thing, I've got the 5.0 Pro short shifter, and I do want to change that, but I've been rebuilding all these things on my car kind of in a priority list, and this is something that I do want to change. I do want to get the MGW short shifter, but until then, the short shifter that I have, the 5.0 short shifter is like really, really notchy, and the throw is really, really long. It's not much better than the stock shifter on the Cobra, and it's also like 9 years old. So I bought the car with that short shifter, so it's very worn out at this point, and I need to fix that. I need to change that, and that will happen soon. I promise that will happen soon. Also, at the end of that second gear pull, or the one that you just watched, we were spinning and fishtailing a lot, and I was trying to correct the car. So once we have an MGW short shifter and it's warmer outside and we're not spinning so bad in second, I will be able to shift faster into third. We're gonna work on those shifts, I promise. The sheriff's probably around here somewhere. So yeah, the Cobra's broke again. The tensioner broke off, and then it ruined all of my new Lightning Force pulleys, and it also hit my crank pulley. So now we need a new crank pulley and 3 new idler pulleys because of the tensioner. It literally snapped off. I've never seen one break off like that. Usually they just stop working. We're gonna go a little bit more into that in the next video, but with that, we're gonna go ahead and conclude this video. Like the video, please like the video. If you made it this far, that helps me a lot. If you made it this far in the video and you like the video, it's gonna help me a lot, because this is a really long video. Let's have a fantastic 2021. Let's just leave 2020 in the rear view. Hindsight 2020. I've been wanting to say that. Comment if you just wanna, give your thoughts, say hey. Put your goals down in the comment box below. What do you want to do with your life in 2020? What do you want to do with your Mustang or your performance car in 2020 if you're building one? One big goal for me is just to have a much better, more positive, happier year than last year and just progress. I don't really want to change anything. With that, I will see you guys next video. Much love. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you actually made it this far, that'd be awesome. If you're brand new and you made it this far, you are the real MVP. If you exist, then comment down below.